Let's talk the cup. One more thing, like, subscribe, and share. Come on, let's talk the cup. Woo!
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Cutler here, the Let's Talk to Cutler broadcast, the Let's Talk to Cutler platform. It's already Tuesday. It's the 26th of April. And I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to this 1800 seconds where we stop and take a look at the day and see what we can do to show up a little bit better tomorrow than we did today. It doesn't mean that today was a loss, a flop, a failure, anything like that. But as you all know, this channel is about hope. It's about inspiration. It's about motivation. It's about taking the time to see how can I be my best self? How can I be my most organic, my most authentic, my most genuine self, and still end up a little bit better tomorrow than I did today. I enjoy doing that. So if you're passing by my channel for the first time, I invite you to hit brakes and pull on into this station that's called the Let's Talk to Cutler broadcast. We sort of talk about some of anything, everything. Most recently, we've been talking about how to handle life when it is most intense. How do we handle those most intense moments of life? And my goodness, if you want some intense moments, all you need to do is just live. Just live a little while, and my goodness, will the intense moments show up. They'll show up. They'll come knocking at your door. Intense moments in life, they are no respecter of people, personalities, circumstances, or situation. They just knock. Uninvited, they just show up. So we've been reading this book, perusing through this book. It's my sixth book, When I Am Overwhelmed, How to Handle Life at Its Most Intense Moments. And that's what we've been doing. We've been taking a look, looking through this book, reading through this book, and pulling just a few nuggets. So if you want to get the book, run on over to Amazon.com, pick it up, do a search for Gregory Brad Cutler, and there you'll find 6 of my 7 books. Pick it up. You don't need it to join the conversation, but it certainly helps because it gives you a chance to take some personal notes and follow the conversation, do those sorts of things. I don't always read from the book every evening. I promise you that. I don't always read from it every evening because sometimes there are things that just sort of hit my heart and I have a strong conviction about as a part of the conversation today. But if you haven't done so, do me a favor. Please go ahead and subscribe. After you subscribe, hit the notification. The notification bell lets you know whenever I've gone live, whenever I've uploaded new content, that sort of thing. And then as you come on into the chat, just go ahead and say hi to everybody. Do a thumbs up on the conversation. It encourages me. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy the content. All right. I hope you all are enjoying the content. You know, whenever I show up, I try to make sure that I shout out the LTTC VIPs for the evening. Cutler, who are LTTC VIPs? What does that mean? I've never heard of it. Well, LTTC, Let's Talk to Cutler, VIPs, very important people. Everybody, honestly, is important. But what I like to do is make it a little competitive to see who's going to jump in the chat first, who's going to be some of the first people to get there. So come on over in the chat. Don't stand by the sidelines. Just jump on into the chat if you can. And so what I want to do is to shout out these first 3 people who just jumped in, and they are, let me just see if I can just highlight them. Annie Cutler says, get aboard, let's ride. Yes, why are we riding? We're riding because we're going down this highway of life. And as we're going along this highway of life, we're picking up passengers as we go. We're increasing the size of our caravan because we're going to some place, a space that's called better, and we don't want to get there alone. We want to show up and make sure that when we show up, we have friends and family members and fellow Virtual Book Club members along with us so we can celebrate, so they can celebrate us and we can celebrate them. I love getting to a space that's called better. You can show up to, I could stay right there. You can show up to a space that's called better every single day. It does not mean that you have reached the pinnacle of your existence. It means that you have progressed just a little bit. Better means that I have shown up. I've learned something from my past experience, and I have leveraged to a point whereby I know I'm better. Because some of the things that used to affect me a certain kind of way, they don't affect me that way anymore. The things that used to get under my skin, they don't get under my skin. Not quite like that anymore. It doesn't mean that I'm totally over some of this stuff, but it means that some things just don't have the same effect. If you want to know whether or not you're growing, if you want to know whether or not you're progressing, if you want to know whether or not you're getting better, ask yourself, do I respond to the same things the same way? And if the answer is no, my friends, my sisters, and my brothers, my fellow book club members, you are in a space that's called better. When you can reach adversity, When you can experience adversity and you don't respond the same way, you have reached this space that's called better. So welcome to better and welcome to us getting better. All right. Listen, let me see. Let me see who else is here in our VIPs. Paula D, our friend Paula D says, hello, everyone. I love how we always speak to everybody when we come in. It's just a part of my Southern mantra. It's what I do. It's what we all do. And it makes you feel good to know that people acknowledge you. People realize that you are there. Your presence matters. Your presence counts in their lives and somebody's life. So I love when we take the time to at least speak to everybody. And then rounding in the third VIP is T. Cutler, who says, happy Tuesday, LTTC family. And that's what we are. I call us a family. I call us a community of winners because that's who we are. We are a community of achievers, a community of victorious people. So then, let me just go on and talk about what conviction, what's near and dear to my heart today. I pretty much have been smiling for most of the day, you all. I've been smiling. Not that anybody has necessarily been around me or not that I've really been around anybody else, but let me ask you all this. What comes to your mind when you think of the word smile? Now, if you're joining the replay, I definitely want to see your opinions and I'm going to go back and read whatever comments you make. But what comes to your mind when you think of the word smile? Those of you who are in the chat this evening, please go ahead and put it in the chat. I want to know what mental processes, what thought processes, when you hear the word smile, what comes to your mind? And as you're putting that in the chat, and I'll highlight some of those as you enter your comments as you're doing that. But I'll tell you this: smiles don't necessarily mean that everything is fine. Thank you, T. Cutler. I'm definitely going to bring them up. So you all just keep putting in the chats what comes to mind when you think of the word smiles. But I'll share this as you all are entering your comments. Smiles don't mean that everything is fine. A smile does not mean that everything is perfect. A smile does not mean that everything is going my way. A smile doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going the way that it should. It doesn't even mean that most things are fine. Someone said that a smile is the best kind. You ought to get this. A smile is the best kind of free therapy. You want to go through some kind of therapy and don't have to pay for it? Of course, I'm a proponent of therapy, but if you want to get free therapy, smile. Just look in the mirror and smile. See yourself smiling. It's free therapy. I challenge you all, even after this session this evening, go to the mirror and just smile. Again, it doesn't mean that everything is going fine. It doesn't even mean that most things are going fine. But go to the mirror and smile. It is free therapy. Some people might even call it a silly look, and they say things like, wipe that smile, wipe that silly look off of your face. I put as a part of our conversation topic this evening, it says, beware of smile snipers. Beware of smile snipers, because when you're smiling, when you're putting yourself through this free therapy, there's some people who say, wipe that silly look off your face. I call them smile snipers and smile assassins. Have you ever seen people when they get ready to smile, the first thing they would do is this? Because somebody challenged their smile. Somebody told them not to smile. Somebody criticized them for smiling. Somebody told them there was something wrong with when they smile, where they smile, or how they smile. I call those people smile snipers. And one of the things that gets under my core is when that is done to a child. Wipe that silly look off of your face. The child, for God's sakes, is just smiling because there's something about his or her heart muscles that says it's okay for me to smile. Beware of smile snipers. I want to talk about that this evening. I also want to say, just smile just because you can. Because I believe that a smile is a reaction to what I call a heart muscle. It's a reaction to wanting to love. It's a reaction to wanting to enjoy. It's a reaction to wanting to admire or to be compassionate, to be at ease, to be at peace, to be at contentment, if with no one else, yourself. A smile is let me see what comes to your mind when you all said, when we talk about the word smile. I love some of these comments. Some people said, well, smile what comes to mind is T. Cutler says being happy. Paula D says being at peace. Annie Cutler says pleasant thoughts. MV says peace. Absolutely. These are the words that come to mind when we think about smiling. And so again, beware of smile snipers, people who try to stop you from smiling. And I wonder why people do that. Maybe it's because they feel like they have no right to smile. But I want you all to know from this day forward, my opinion is that a smile is a reaction to a heart muscle again. A heart muscle that says you can love, you can enjoy, you can admire, you can be compassionate, you can show compassion, you can be at ease, you can have peace. Even if the peace is with yourself. A smile in my mind is an indication that I have hope, that I have an expectation that something is going to be okay. Something is going to get better. Something is going to be all right. A smile says I have hope. Hope about what, Cutler? I have hope that goodness, I have hope that better, I have hope that success, hope that victory, hope that happiness, hope that joy, hope that laughter, hope that peace, hope that contentment, hope that blessings are on the way to my address. That's what a smile says. So when you see people smiling, leave them alone. It's more than just a silly look on their face. It is an indication, it is free therapy to them that says something good is on its way to my life. Something good is on its way to my address. Leave people alone when they smile. Don't listen, beware of smile snipers and make sure that you are not one yourself. I only have 1,800 seconds, you all, so I've got to delve into this. Don't let people stop you from smiling. Smiling, again, it's like having hope that something good is on the way to your address. I have hope. I have hope that all of those things, when I smile, when you all see me smiling, sometimes I come up here and in the middle of talking, I just start smiling. And it's almost just impulsive and spontaneous because I have hope that something good, that some kind of success, some kind of victory, some kind of joy, some peace, something is on its way to my address. And I have hope that those things are being delivered to me, just like all of the packages that I order from Amazon. Sidebar, I order a lot of stuff from Amazon. But I have hope that all of those things, when I smile, I have hope that all of those things are being delivered to my life, my address, my heart, my home. And the same way I track my packages when I order something from Amazon because I know that those things are on the way. When I smile, it is the same way for me. I know that those things are on the way. You all learn how to track your joy, learn how to track your hope, learn how to track your peace, learn how to track your success, learn how to track your victories, learn how to track your blessings and know that they are on the way. One of the things we've been talking about from this book right here is that God is determined to bless you one way or another. And as we're reading just from chapter 12 and on page 109, one of the lessons for making sure that we understand when God is determined to bless us one way or another, one of the things that I wrote in the book was don't overlook the blessing when it's on your way. Don't overlook the blessing, but acknowledge it and believe it. So the same way you would track your packages when you order them from Amazon, smile and know that your blessings are on the way. And don't overlook them. Acknowledge them, believe in them, and say, you know what? They're on the way. I'm tracking them. I'm tracking my joy. I'm tracking my peace. I'm tracking my success. I'm tracking my hope. I'm tracking all of that. I'm tracking my laughter. I'm tracking all of that because it's on the way. Miracles and blessings and goodness and all of that stuff is on the way. That's why I smile. I smile because I have hope. And I'm careful not to let people take my hope away. That's right. You all smile because you have hope, because you know, which means you have an earnest expectation that what's yours is yours. And may I tell you this evening, you all, What is yours, it is yours. And no one else gets to hold it. No one else gets to handle it. No one else gets to enjoy it unless you invite them to be a part of your celebration. Whatever blessing belongs to you, it's yours. And so you go on and smile and know that, what's mine is on its way to me. It has my name on it. It has my address on it. It has my social security number on it. It has my birth date on it. It has all the personally identifiable information that identifies me. It's all on that blessing. It's all on that. It's all on that good thing that's coming to me. And nobody else gets to enjoy it except I invite them to the celebration. I want you all to know that. You were not created to be despised, rejected, and hated, and to be a failure or a flop or any of that. But you were brought to this earth to be good and successful and kind and contributing and all of those good things. And to have a life that's filled with peace and joy and contentment and happiness. And so know that all of those things are yours. Can you all just put in the chat, what's mine is mine? What's mine is mine. I just want you to realize that. And sometimes you have to say that to yourself. And I hope you're smiling as you're writing it. As you're typing in, what's mine is mine. I hope this is big old grin on your face. I hope you're almost about to burst into laughter. I hope there's something inexplainable happening in your heart and in your soul that says, Cutler, I can get a little piece of that. I'm not exactly sure what tomorrow is about, but I'm going to smile because I believe goodness is coming my way. I believe a good report is coming my way. I believe happiness is coming my way. I believe success is coming my way. I believe that something better is coming my way. Cutler, I'm with you. My brother, my friend, man, I just believe it. I can't put my finger on the pulse of it, but I'm right there with you. I believe it, and that's why I'm smiling. Things are going to get better. And I tell you all, that's right, T. Cutler, what's mine is mine. That's right, Donnell Feaster, what's mine is mine. Paula D, yes, what's mine is mine. Sylvia, yes, what's mine is mine. MV, yes, what's mine is mine. And sometimes you all, I only have 1,800 seconds, but I really feel this. Sometimes the best time to smile is when you don't feel like it. Some people will say, oh, you shouldn't have to force it on your face. But I'm telling you all, sometimes the best time to smile is when you don't feel like it. When you feel down, do something that is the exact opposite of how you feel. When you feel low, when you feel defeated, when you feel discouraged, when you feel despondent, when you feel depressed, do something that is the exact opposite of how you feel. You want to know why people go shopping when they're depressed? Because they do the exact opposite of how they feel. Do the exact opposite of how you feel. Some of you happen to know the story that I'm getting ready to refer to as a story out of the sacred scripts, out of the sacred texts and scriptures. I think about many times when people are participating in the sacraments and having what we now call communion and doing that. One of the things that we often hear and we often remember is that after Jesus ate with the disciples, the scripture says that they went out, they sang a hymn. They sang a hymn and they went out to the Mount of Olives. And I thought about that so closely these past few weeks. Wow, they sang a hymn. Can you imagine singing a hymn when you know that you're about to be crucified? Didn't I say do the exact opposite of how you feel? How on earth are you going to sing a hymn when you know you're going to be crucified? How on earth are you going to sing a hymn when you know that your best friends, your boys, your ace-boon coons are about to fall asleep and lose watch over you? You're going to still sing a hymn? How are you going to sing a hymn when you know that you've been betrayed? How are you going to sing a hymn when you know that you've already been denied? How are you going to sing a hymn when you know at some point you're going to feel forsaken? Do the exact opposite of how you feel. Never mind all the smile snipers, never mind all the smile assassins. You go on and smile just because you can. Smile when it doesn't even feel right. Smile when to somebody else it looks crazy, but just smile. Because the smile says that I have hope. And as I think about Christ and him singing this hymn, Scripture goes on to say, and I would ask myself, why in the world, how could he sing a hymn with them? How in the world could he go out singing, knowing all this stuff? You're gonna be crucified. They're not even gonna watch with you. That you've already been betrayed and denied, and you're gonna feel like you're forsaken. How can you smile? Scripture says, for the joy that was set before him, he endured what he had to go through. And it is the same way with us, you all. For the joy that is set before us, for the hope that is set before us, for the happiness that is set before us, for the blessings that are set before us, for the peace that is set before us, for the contentment that is set before us, for the goodness that is coming our way, for the victories that are coming our way, for the accomplishments that are coming our way, for the successes that are coming our way. Endure your current situation and smile. Smile. When people call you crazy, smile. When people talk about you, when you feel like an outcast, smile. Yes, ma'am, T. Cutler, you're absolutely right. When I'm down, I think about how I see myself when I'm coming out, and I smile. When I'm down, I see how I look when I'm coming out. When I'm sad, I know what it's going to look like when I'm made happy. So what do, y'all? I just smile. My offering to us this evening is the ability to smile and know that your smile offers you hope that things are going to get better. I've really, my offering really this evening is just a smile. One day, a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, on one of my social media platforms, I invite everybody. I said, you all listen, the world gets better and the world gets brighter one smile at a time. And I challenged people. I said, here is the challenge. Smile, take a picture of you smiling and send it to somebody else and say to them, I hope my smile just lit up your world just a little bit more. Challenge them to pay it forward. So my challenge to us is that may we all smile. Send a picture of you smiling. Send it to somebody else and say, I hope this smile just lit up your world just a little bit more, and challenge them to pay it forward. Challenge them to do the same thing. Smile just because you can. Beware of smile snipers and understand that your smile is a reaction to your heart muscle. Don't you feel better when you smile? Sometimes people have caught me just smiling at them in the middle of a conversation. And sometimes they would say, well, what are you smiling for? I'm smiling just because I'm glad to be here. I'm smiling because I'm just glad to be alive. I'm smiling because I'm just glad. I'm smiling because I'm just happy. I'm smiling because I have peace. I'm smiling because I have joy. Don't you dare try to assassinate my smile. So you all go on with your smiling selves for the rest of this evening, for the rest of this week, for the rest of this month, for the rest of your life. Smile just because you can. And ignore everybody who wants to take your smile away, everybody who wants to cause you to do this. I give you the power to take that hand down and let the world see you smiling. Notice when people start smiling, sometimes they do this, and again, y'all, it is because someone has told them that they don't have the right to smile like that. They don't have the right to smile where they are, when they are, how they are, but you have the right to smile whenever you want to. A smile doesn't make a whole lot of noise. A smile doesn't distract anybody else's life. A smile doesn't cost you anything. A smile is not disruptive. It doesn't do any of that, but it offers you free therapy. And I am not a therapist this evening, but I'm offering us all free therapy. You want your free therapy? Just smile, for goodness sake. And when people are around you, just smile. Have you ever noticed, you all, when you walk in somebody's presence, sometimes they smile just because they're glad to see you? Do you understand the power, the power that you have to offer somebody a smile? I've got to go. I don't know that I've been here for 1,800 seconds. I'm going to give you all some time back, but for goodness sake, for your sake, for all of our sake, just smile just because you can. Beware of smile snipers and smile assassins. I deputize all of us. I empower all of us to smile and pass it along. One song says it only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around can warm up to its glowing. All right, you all, I got to get out of here. I'm on my way out. I don't know that I've taken all of your 1,800 seconds, but wherever you are, wherever you've allowed me to share this time with you, I want to say thank you so much. So let's keep building community. Let's keep maintaining connectivity. Let's keep our heads up. Let's keep our hopes up. Let's keep smiling. And know this, you all, from my heart to yours, that God knows there is and always will be so much love. May we all be empowered to smile. Tell somebody next time, come on, let's talk to Cutler. Good night, everybody.